Look, we're making the new counterculture whether they want it or not. So who's going to run the non-woke answer to Newsarama or the non-autistic IGN?
Our new co-host that will be taking Richard's spot on the show is Mr. Emily Music! My next co-host, the man who will absolutely make you change. And by making you change, what I mean by that is he is going to help you change from having that story in your head to putting it on paper and putting it into people's hands. And this is the man, the myth, the legend, Daniel P. Riley of whimsyland.org.
Alcohol. A good Christian boy.
Number one Iron Age booty daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce. Welcome back to A Drink with Crazy. I am buying a goat. I love goat. Oh, God, I was muted the whole time. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Iron Age Night. Ladies and gentlemen, I hit the unmute button over here. It didn't unmute. I realize my mistakes now. Hi, everybody. What's going on? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can you put the hand away? God,
It's to remind the people. Look, it's got the little thummy on there.
I don't. Stop reminding people of your fuck hand.
It's not. It's something else. It's the thumbs up hand. It's not anything else.
Oh, God.
It's too rough. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
some people like it that way.
Yeah.
Daniel will be
not
here
rough
with us
enough.
momentarily. He was having audio issues, which is strange.
I thought he was fired, but
Not yet. We were going to talk about that tonight. We're having the meeting for that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Age Nights, the show where we bring you a fantastic indie creator every week. The guest we have this week is less fantastic than other guests, but that's okay. He's still here.
sure.
No, fuck you. After all the fucking crying jokes you made, you fucking deserve what you get tonight.
Oh wait, do I have that ready?
I don't know,
Where's
do
that?
you? I don't know.
Damn it! No, I don't.
I'm just gonna say, oh God, no, no, it's gonna be an absolutely fantastic night, guys. I'm excited for this. It's gonna be fun hanging out with the boys, talking about one of the boys' new projects. And for those of you who don't know, Battsauce has been around the community for a while now, and it been around the community for so long. He got an invite to the Iron Age barbecue that we did this last summer. Came here, showed up to the house, had a great time. So yeah, it was interesting to meet everybody in person and see how different everybody is. Apparently, I'm the only one who's the same on the internet as I am in person. And that
Yeah, it was strange to experience. I don't know why. There's something about like the screen that you're like, there's no way this is an actual human. And then you meet you in real life. You're like, no, he's this cartoonish in reality.
I heard it from both of you. And
Well, you got to amplify your personality, but you just stay the same. Like, who does that? Like what?
I tried to warn people. I'm like, I don't think you guys quite understand where I'm at. And everybody's like, oh,
understand it
he lit the end of the gas can on fire. He must be drunk. I'm like, no, I'm perfectly sober. And they were like, what the fuck?
Did that work?
Yes, it did.
Hey, there we go.
Oh.
Was I supposed to be here? I thought I got fired.
No, we're talking about that tonight. That wasn't an official decision. That was the write-up.
Oh, okay.
Fire the seat of power.
I'm gonna fire you. We're gonna have a stern talking about your
Good
position in the I don't fucking know, dude.
Good luck with that.
No, legit, I was like, I couldn't figure out, because I tried to figure out some kind of fun, snappy way to be like, hey, everybody come and check out the live stream tonight. And I was like, yeah, I know Bats, he'll be all right with this one. Who the fuck invited
What? No, I was offended. How dare you?
Me.
It was me. I legit at the same time I was like, wait, was it Emily or was it Daniel? I didn't remember.
It's Daniel. Yeah.
It was me.
Oh God. No, yeah, it's gonna be a fun night, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, I need to do this more often and I keep forgetting to do it, but I got new shirts and stuff out. It would be super awesome if you guys want to buy some shirts. It'd be so great. I'm just gonna do that little thing there. And then God, it is so hot
Glasses,
in this room right now. I know, right? I do have the glasses. I love how you're drinking these drinks crazy. I don't even have one of those. Because Teespring still charges me.
Everything tastes a little bit better out of one of these.
I'm so glad that you phrased it that way. I was like, please
everything
don't.
Tastes really good out of one of these.
No, I was thinking something very different. I was like, please don't say it. Please don't say it. Okay, he didn't say it. Good. I'll tell you later. I'm not saying it on the stream. Anyway, Mr. Daniel P. Riley. How you doing, good sir? You got the seat of power back.
Everybody seemed to be requesting it, so I migrated it up here.
Well, when Mike said it last week, I was like, oh, that's his thing.
I actually think what happened was you just walked into the room and the seat was there. It decided it was time, and just there it was, and you're like, okay, it's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll build some more to that.
That's pretty much how it goes. Sometimes I go places for a couple of hours and it just appears.
You're just like in the middle of a
awesome.
flea market. The chair's just over there. You sit in it. And people are like, where the fuck did the chair come from?
Oh, there's an interesting story here. At least one I'd read.
That would be just a short story. The Man with the Appearing Chair.
Oh, that's a good
like,
title.
what the fuck?
Chair.
And just the whole time, it's like everybody wanted to know where the chair came from. No matter where the man went, the chair was there. And the chair was there so the man could sit in the chair. And when the man sat in the chair, people looked on and said, where did the chair come from? And then you just don't answer where the chair comes from and just let people go,
And
what
then
the
when
fuck?
I leave, it disappears, which is even creepier.
Yeah,
I like this story.
The man got up from the chair and walked away. And as people's eyes returned to the chair, it was not there.
Whoa. Twist. Where did it go? Where's it when it's not there? Could be anywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's
That's
everywhere.
the thing. It's the seat of power. It's everywhere.
Oh God! Now I have that stupid ass. It's something from Game Theory. Never mind. Hey, how you doing, Daniel? How's the week been for you, man?
Good. Busy, as always. You know,
Right.
like I said on a CSW, which you appropriately made fun of, I produced too quickly.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. In fact, make fun of that, and then my internet crapped out on me. Actually, we've been having internet issues, like minor ones, all week, and like Albany has had trouble playing Destiny. My daughter has had trouble playing Destiny as well. It's just blipping out randomly. Like my TV in the garage, which you guys are aware of, the TV in the garage, like. It just has like a little Chromecast in the back. That thing would just dip out on connection. No idea what's going on with.
You're not treating your internet well. You have to treat your internet well, and playing trash games like Destiny on your internet is going to make it go away.
I slap it around a little bit. I call it a good girl once in a while. I figured that'd be good enough.
Helps.
Justin about died.
Never enough.
He was not expecting it.
You slap it around and call it a good girl. I was like, oh,
I thought that's what you're supposed to do with the internet.
I've been
don't know.
treating my internet
what
wrong.
you're supposed to.
I didn't know that. I used to just cover mine
You
in
got to
butter
put a
and then
wig on it and
whisper
pull its
at it.
hair.
Whisper some nice things into its modem. You know.
Yeah,
I used to just touch it with this.
yeah.
Somehow that's creepier.
Stroke the router.
I'm not sure how. I'll get back to you on that.
Oh God. Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm getting there. I'm not 100% better, but I'm 85%
You were
still.
dying for a week and a half. I do
was.
not envy you.
I died. It was it was not a great time, but it forced me. I was like, I can't get out of bed. Where's my computer? And so I finally got my release put together with the music that I did for various different creators. I got tracks on there from Mr. DP Riley's Badass Series, G Sedai. There's some tracks on there from Richard and his Chill Stream, from Macappin, his Record of the Paladins. My track from First Strike, the single I did for that, is on there.
Dude, that's
There's also
so
a new like Sum 41 style track that's semi-political-ish.
Oh, that
that's
one
like-
I need to freaking hear.
Yeah, give it a spin.
Big
It's the second
Sum
one on
41
there.
fan, dude.
Yeah,
Actually,
it was.
Fat Lip
sense.
was the first song I learned to play on the guitar.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a fun one. I still like your stuff.
Well, I guess like the first like full song that you're, because everybody you learn like Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, like basic shit like that, but you just learn like the riff. But the first full song that I ever learned all the way through was Fat Lip because
Now it's stuck in my head. See what you did there. It's
which
stuck
one?
in my head.
Which one?
Fat Lip.
Smoke Fat Lip. Dude,
No, not
it's
Smoke on the Water.
Dude, it's so good,
Fat
man. Fat Lip is so good. I was jamming out to that the other day.
We're gonna kill Justin before the stream is over.
I'm good with it.
Oh, I got through it. I got through Tuesday and it was worse, but yeah. So I got that done. So that's exciting to have that out, and more projects in the pipeline coming up, and I have more time on them than I thought, which is exciting because life is insane right now. So I've been pretty good. Aside from the fact that I got this horrible cough and I've been sick, I'm doing pretty good. Things are looking up, as it were.
I don't.
So,
feeling
better.
I see.
Feeling better than I could be feeling. Look, even my drink.
You're welcome.
Even my drink.
Looking up.
Look at that.
Looking up right there. Yeah,
that's right.
I got yeah. Hi, Bats.
Hello. What's up?
How are you?
Hey, mates.
I'm not bad. Yeah.
It's kind of weird because like usually we have people on the show that like I don't know that well, and I'm like, oh no, I've already met him. I know how he is. I argued with him about Baldur's Gate 3. He changed my mind on that because that was cool. I was like, all right.
Basically cried in my arms.
I did not fucking cry. I had sawdust in my head. That shit hurt, dude. That did not come out until the next morning. That was miserable.
A likely excuse.
That's what she said.
Have you guys, out of curiosity, and I've actually wanted to ask anybody who has ever done manual labor this question. Have you ever gotten something in your eyes that you can't get out?
Yes.
And wait. And you just say, fuck it, I'm going to go to bed. And you wake up and it has been pushed out to like right over the tear duct on your eye the next morning?
Yes.
You guys, okay. I thought that was weird. I've only had that a couple of times. That last time I talked with Bats, I had sawdust in my and I woke up with like pellets of fucking wood.
I'm sure every time you spend a night with a guy like you usually do, you probably have that experience. Yeah.
Wow, there it is.
I wasn't going to go there.
Oh, I was absolutely going to go there. He just beat me to it. Oh, fuck. Yeah. But anyway, so for those who are not aware. Oh, hey, you know what I totally forgot to do, though? I forgot to say hello to the chat. Fuck.
Hello, chat.
I've been off on that this last few weeks. I've just been, my brain scrambled. Over on our website that I can't say on YouTube because we've got somebody spamming a YouTube thing that I don't need over on there. But anyway, yeah, we got Garham, Little Andean over on our website. What's going on? We got Mrs. Snow, R.H. Snow, John A. Douglas. What's going on? Wrangler, JVP Music. Horizon Talker, what's going on? Garham, double dipping. AC Pritchard, it's good to see you. Horizon Talker, did I ever say Horizon Talker? I think I did. Skunk's Workshop, what's going on? We got Liu, we got Sea Bats. Ah, that's Lady Bats.
Who's that?
She is, she's fucking crazy. And I know this because she's married to you.
A little bit, but she's really hot.
She's fucking
smart answer.
Bro.
Still gonna get in trouble for that, but it's whatever.
Yeah, no, I
tried.
But you do save it at the end when I've noticed that. There's like, yeah, how's your wife? I'm like, oh, she's fucking batshit. But also, Redoubt Productions, what's going on? It's good to see you. Billy Armstrong, what up? A.S. Brunert in the chat. We got Convoy Bebop here in the chat. What's going on, dude? I was talking with Convoy Bebop just before the show. Rollin T, how's it going? Faith Thomas, it's good to see you. Oh, man. Oh, God. Okay, I think I caught up with everybody. So, with all of that being said, Bats has things and stuffs and whatnots, and we're going to talk about all those. Now, one thing that I do get to ask, and I know you've been here on the show. Not been on the show before, but I know you've seen this question before, so you know where I'm going with this. Obviously, you've got a couple of books out at this point that you've worked on. You've got Dawn Edge, Planet of Battle Book 1, and Illumination Toolsmith, Tale of the Dunce Whisperer, which I love that name.
Yes.
And the question I have is, why get into writing? Where does all that start with you?
Like too much imagination, and then like right after the Marine Corps, it was kind of when I started writing, because it was like I just had way more time and I didn't know what to do with myself, and my imagination was just kind of going more and more. And like I always wanted to do something creative, but it's like, what's possible, what's feasible for me to do? And I'm like, I can write a book, I can do that. And then it kind of became like a, just like, that's a life goal. I'll just, complete a book. If I write like 100 words a month, eventually I'll have a novel at some point. And then while working a full-time job, 9 months later, I finished Dawn Edge. I was like, I really enjoyed that. I love doing that. So I'm going to keep doing that. And that's what happened. Once I started doing it as like, just a goal to finish, it just, found out it was something I really liked. Found a little passion.
Okay, so how long were you in the Marine Corps for?
8 years.
Holy fuck.
I know, I look like a little child.
No. Well, yeah, But no, I want to ask because, and I ask this question to every freaking Marine that I've ever met in my life. Would you go back and do it again?
I never went over to the desert, man.
Okay.
Not all of us go.
So that's the difference. Okay. Because every Marine that I've ever met who was deployed, it doesn't matter if they're 90, if they're 25, doesn't matter. They're like, yep, would go back again. And I'm like, well, you all motherfuckers, you're insane. All of you are insane.
Well, it's purpose, normal life, and especially 2024, it's hard to find purpose. So it's like they feel like they have purpose over there. It's kind of usually what it is.
Yeah.
Well, plus, aren't they just like throwing lead at things and like having smokes with the boys and high-fiving and driving? Cool,
yeah, that part's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Until the military treats you terribly.
The
Let's not get into
the picking your nose.
No.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my experience was very like I spent 5.5 years in Quantico, which is they say the headquarters of the Marine Corps. It's not really, but like there's a lot of top brass over there, and it's mundane and bureaucratic and influenced a lot of my story. So like there's that at least.
So okay. Like, and this is fairly common, and I wish I could think of another way to ask this question. But would you consider, I don't know, your military service story like just kind of lame compared to like other stories, or was like not lame, or like I don't know how to ask this question. Is like, because the way you kind of talk about it, I was like, wow.
Talk about your lame service.
No, I don't like I don't know. Well, like lame compared to who, right? Like a Medal of Honor recipient? Yeah, it's probably pretty lame compared to that.
No, everybody's story is lame compared to that. No, but it's just like you're like, well, I didn't get deployed. I was on base a lot. I'm assuming that there was probably
I had a lot of wild stories. Like I got drunk a lot. I was definitely an alcoholic. I don't drink anymore, partially because of that. I mean, I had a lot of surgery.
Right,
I didn't have a boring time when I was there, like for sure. But it's just not the typical Marine experience.
Up for what you can talk about.
What?
Is the statute of limitations up for what you can talk about?
No, I didn't break any rules. Right? I didn't get caught. I'm out now. What the fuck are they going to do now? Like
that's the important part.
I didn't break any rule. I didn't get caught.
Yeah.
Only counts if you're caught.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I got away with retail theft.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have like a lot of funny stories, but it's also like, I don't know. I was like, I was really drunk, like going through the gate, like, I blackout drunk, and, it was time. It's a period, but it is what it is.
And that Wrangler is how the Marines end up in the desert all the time. They're blackout drunk.
I love, too, how you're like, it was just a period that I'm over, totally over it, and meanwhile on your shirt.
Yeah, it's because it's a shirt. It's black. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really I don't drink. Like I haven't had like a beer.
I
or
believe
anything
you. It's just
in
funny.
months. Yeah.
It's just funny.
I was gonna say, I don't
look at my drink of choice, guys. Chocolate milk.
I was gonna say, I don't even think you drank at the barbecue. I don't think
I had like a few drinks. That's probably the last time I drank.
I was gonna say, yeah. I know you had very, very limited. I know you ate the
Last time
fuck
I
out of
drank
the
was
ribs
last
though.
Friday.
I brought like, I think the first night you got here, you ate like 5 plates of food.
Yeah, I ate a lot of ribs.
A lot of ribs.
Yeah.
Well, that was the second night. Yeah. You like ate a lot of ribs, pulled pork, all that stuff. Wrangler sent in a PayPal donation for $4.20. He says, "When do I get to ride on the short bus?" I don't know. That's a question for.
Sorry, did he ask a question because you lagged when you said that?
God, fuck.
He did
To me, it's my StreamYard, man.
Didn't lag for me.
So
yeah,
it's
I
my
picked
internet.
it up too. Yeah. No, it was fine on my end.
Yeah.
I think this was a chocolate milk interference type of
Yeah.
issue.
It's just a short bus.
Just repeat the question. Leave me alone. Just repeat the question. I'll answer it.
No. When do I get to ride on the short bus from Wrangler for $4.20?
Anytime. It's a metaphorical short bus, so you can just pop in.
He's a Marine. He's always down.
I don't know,
to let you
man.
ride.
Someday I'll have the money to buy a legitimate, like, non-fading short bus. That'll be the day.
I no bullshit. Like, got into like watching those videos where people would do those bus conversions for like, it was like 2 weeks of my life that I'll never get back. And I was like,
Yeah.
I could buy a short bus and turn it into a motorhome. And I
Yes,
started
you
like,
could.
and then I started looking up the cost for what it would take to buy a short bus and then convert it into a motorhome, and that killed that dream.
No way. You're looking at the wrong things, man. Like, what?
No,
you can probably
I'm
get a
not,
short
yeah.
bus for like $2,000.
Yeah, and then it was
And then
gonna
what?
take, and then it was gonna take me like another $5 to restore it, and I was like, that's too expensive.
Yeah, if you want to like
Depending on the
bougie it up.
condition, then yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's too expensive. I'm not gonna spend $9,000.
Man,
Project.
now
Loser
I'm
mentality.
picturing like a short bus fleet where they're all tricked out, and it sounds incredibly lame and also awesome.
Each one of them has a stylized fantasy motif on the side of it, like the
Yes.
old panel vans.
Oh, I need the AI of this. Somebody get on that.
Hold on.
But even like $9,000, that's still like really cheap. Like,
We just
I-
roll
really
into
cool.
a field, put
I-
them in a
I
circle,
hate-
and throw
I
a party.
Yes, that sounds awesome. I'm interested.
I hate that I was like, I've never wanted to Google this in my life. Tricked out buses.
oh hell yeah,
Tricked out short
dude, that's a
buses.
lowrider right there,
Oh my
man.
dude.
god.
That thing's
Oh, that's
mean.
hot,
The
dude.
shortest short bus.
Oh,
Oh, that's just
the
smart.
eats.
Oh, that's.
It
Oh,
can
dude, with
fly.
canopy. Oh, dude, I could turn
Oh,
it
it's a
into a
canopy. I
barbecue
thought it was
bus.
wings.
Nah, it's
Turn it-
kind of like.
Turn it into a barbecue bus.
Whoa, 3-tier bus, 3-tier short bus. Let's go. Let's
I
go.
look more like a full size with 2 short buses
You
attached.
you shush.
But for why?
You're
though?
not allowed to operate
And then,
a
like
full
this is
size.
the crap that I saw that people were doing with the
Wow.
buses, and I was like,
Yeah, why would you do that though? Like, put a carpet in
Because
it.
I
It's got to be
4
way
children,
cheaper.
and I could like bring the
Hardwood
dogs in
is
it.
best.
There's even a doggo in the picture. Like I have 4
Yeah,
children,
you
so
like
everything.
bougie
Not
little
sure.
like it's got like half
Oh,
hardwood in
There we
here.
go. That to the bone. Yes. That's my speed.
I got to
right
get
there.
laminated hard cherry wood.
That's right.
No, you don't want to do
Now,
cherry.
if you could convert
The
those
moisture would
stairs
ruin it.
on that monster truck bus into like a ramp, then it could completely be the correct short bus.
Oh, dude, we could slide out of it. It'd be
That'd
so
be sick.
cool.
That'd be sick.
What
look
the
at that
fuck?
one. That's fun. They just took it.
What's
Went,
a
That's a
Gosh.
VW. Crazy.
yeah, it's a V-dub fan.
Oh god.
but it looks cool.
Okay, that's.
Where's, we can invite people.
Why
That's
are we-
fun.
I don't know why we're looking at. Okay,
You know
that-
what? We need the short
that's
bus
fucking-
transformer. That's what's
Yeah.
missing.
right?
Oh,
The short bus
representation.
transformer. How fucking cool
Just
would that
call
be,
him
man?
Bed.
Right, and he could be really
Ah.
into trains and love fighting.
How much would it cost to get that toy made?
I like trains.
Could you imagine you get the short bus? Dude, that would pop off. That'd be awesome.
Justin, I'm sorry. I
Really
didn't mean
into
to-
trains.
Yeah.
He's got a pet turtle.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he's got the tism, bro.
Damn.
All right. Moving on from short bus talk.
really
I don't
wants
know.
to go outside.
Yeah, right. God, fuck. Little Andy in
so
for
wrong.
$2 over on the Mean Green website. Short bus is how I like to roll into chat.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying,
thank you
man.
so-
Beep, beep. Let's go.
Thank you so much for the super chat, little Andy, and that's awesome. Oh,
I want to call the Transformers sped.
That'd be great.
It's so on target.
Yeah, it is bad. Dude, somebody's got to have done that already, man.
not
That's good.
legitimately, but it would be
We'll make it happen.
short bus transformer.
First person in the community that gets cancer, make a wish that.
Oh my
It
god!
transforms from a short bus into a short bus. It just right back into itself. That's all it can do.
Dude, guys, this is an original idea. We got the
Yep.
we got the original IP on this. Like,
Sparks flying everywhere.
let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's
It
let's
does
get
the
IP,
full
try it.
transformation. It just goes the complete 360.
So it's just facing the opposite direction.
It does.
Or is it facing the same way?
And the transform noise is like. "Du, du, du, du."
Oh no!
We got AI video, right?
In the middle of a,
Blast.
it's in the middle
We
of a
can-
fight, and a train goes by. It just stops and it just
Yeah.
watches the train. The Decepticon's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Shh, I have to watch my train." He's like, "Fight me!" And then because
I like
I like trains. And then his train guy time gets interrupted, so he just brutally
Oh,
murders the
train
Decepticon
time?
and then just goes back to watching the train.
And then after he has the
Yeah.
bad guys be able, he's like, "Guess how many tires were on that train?
Yep.
Do you feel
Start
lucky?"
screaming, be like, "What are you talking about?" They'd be like,
Seven
"How many
hundred
times
sixty-
Wheels
were
on the
train?"
bus go round and round.
I have a book.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, you've got a book.
Yeah.
You got a couple of them,
Yeah, I got a
but
couple.
you've got a new one though, of which, fuck.
I mean, look, I wrote I
Way
finished the book a
further-
minute
that
ago.
went way further than I ever intended it to go.
You're welcome.
Sorry, JVP. Let's go.
No.
Oh my god! Oh, no, where is it? There. You're all grounded. You're all grounded. No more internet tonight after this show.
That'd be a
Tell me
good
what to
line
do.
for the
You're not my
Transformer.
real dad.
You're all grounded. They should get Vin Diesel to voice him.
I don't know why this is
Family.
stupid.
Oh god.
All right, can't stop, man.
Oh. Okay, so you got out of the Marine Corps. You're inspired to write some books. You figured if you just do a couple hundred words a day, was there anything further beyond that, like outside of just needing something to do, or was it just like, no, I need something to do. I need something to keep me occupied. I have to accomplish this goal.
No, I always have stories in my head. It's just like, every other month I got like a really strong story. It's just I never thought I really could write a book, and I also can't really read. Like I don't, thank God Audible exists because I can't really read books. But it was one of those things. I was like, yeah, I can do this. I don't know. It was like, went through the Marine Corps, did a lot of bullshit there. I'm sure I can do this, and it's like a big life accomplishment to have a book written down. But no, it just I had a story I really wanted to get on paper and mash those two concepts together, and boom, book.
There you go.
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so simple. He's just like, I wanted to write a book, so I wrote one. Was there like
Well, then now-
motivation? Yeah, I wanted to write a book. I'm like, oh, it's just
Well, it's like now I have like a bunch of stories that I don't have time to write, but it's like I got notes on, and at some point I'll write it. But it's
Right.
just I don't know. I've always had a wild imagination. you know, I always thought that was just my mom being nice about me being slow, you know, but.
So wait, the short bus shit was that? Oh, wow.
Well, the short bus thing. Okay, so like that's all part of the branding, right?
Are you actually into trains?
Dude, I loved trains when I was younger. Yeah. No, legit. Okay, so backstory here, right? Like, well, first of all, like I'm writing this story, the Dunce thing, and I'm thinking about branding for like my YouTube, like, or you know, whatever image, social media, and stuff like that. And then I was like thinking, you know, like, oh, I can go like, you know, joke about being retarded, but it's like, everybody does that. Short bus is kind of funny, so I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. I rode a short bus when I was younger. I didn't talk till I was 4 years old. I was diagnosed with autism when I was younger. I was undiagnosed, but you know, who knows?
You joined the Marine Corps,
I joined the Marine Corps. Yeah,
it's like you got re-diagnosed all over again.
So it's just like it's perfect. So you know, I got a book about, you know, the main character, his superpower is being retarded, like legit. And how he's able to defeat like pretty much the entire kingdom by being retarded.
That's awesome. Wait a minute. Do you love shit?
Both. Yeah.
Both. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
He didn't start eating paste until the Marine Corps, though.
Right. The funny thing is, the Marine Corps gets a lot of shit for. Just a lot of shit for the crayon eater jokes and stuff like that.
The crayon thing is just so old at this point. I've been hearing for 10 plus years. It's just like it was funny like 5 years ago. But no, I get it. We're weaponized autism. Like, just straight
like,
up.
Not even, it's not even
and
a
that's
joke.
what makes it so damn effective,
the absolute like, countries shit themselves when the Marine Corps lands on their shores. They're like, just send an ICBM. Why did you send the Marine Corps? Like,
because you want to send a message.
Just do
it. They don't know what they're doing. That's really dangerous.
It's like I listen to a lot of military history and shit like that, and just the amount of times I've heard the enemy army go, "What the fuck?" when the Marine Corps showed up. It's just amazing. I will say this, dude, the story where the Marine Corps were given the name the Devil Dogs by the German armies in World War I.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool, dude. Like, that's such a great fucking, and I'm just like, wow. Like, that's insane. You all are insane.
I wonder sometimes the truth behind that a little bit, though, because like sometimes, you know, it's about using propaganda. You know, you take a story, you make it great. Like, dude, if you ask a Marine, there's like a story behind every single thing about their uniform. Like, everything has a purpose. They're like, why do you have 7 belt loops? And it's like, oh, because the 7 C's. And then like, sure, like that's what we're told, but it's like, no, you fucking retard. Like, there's 3 on each side and 1 in the back. Like, that's why. Like, it's not because there's 7 C's. You know, you got the blood stripes, like the red piping that goes on the side. Every Marine, if you ask them, is from the battle boat pack, because more enlisted died than officers. Is that what it is? Yeah. And so like that, or more NCOs died than junior Marines, something like that. And that's why when you become an NCO, you're in the red piping. But it's like, if you look back in the history of that battle, like only 3 people died. Like, it was not a bloody battle. And it's just like, no, whenever they do anything, they're just like, okay, let's look in our history and tie a story to it. And, you know.
But
so
like, the Marines, they troll. This explains a lot now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of it,
culture.
Some of it, you know, a lot of it's true, but like, also, you know, it's about
some of it. Like, okay, but I think there's enough historical evidence to prove that after that battle in World War I, when the Germans started calling us the Teufelhunden, which is is the devil dogs. Like, there's enough historical evidence there to say that the Germans were fucking scared shitless because they had just a battalion of really pissed off motherfuckers that were tired of sitting there in trenches waiting to die for several days. And then one of them got up and said, let's fucking go. And the rest of them did. There's enough shit like that in American history because Americans are drunk and fucking insane. I absolutely believe that shit happened. Yeah. I mean, we did beat Britain twice.
Yeah. Well, so like a big thing that makes the Marine Corps really strong, and this is like a core element in this book as well. It's just like, if you don't know what you're doing, how the fuck will your enemy know what you're doing? It's the perfect plan. Right? So it's just like they can't ever guess what you're going to do because none of the Marines know what they're doing. Their officers are retarded and they're just trying to figure out what the officers want, but the officers, it's just a whole thing.
I heard
it's a layer cake of retard.
It's the perfect plan.
Yeah.
How can they know what your plan is if you have no plan?
Exactly.
So, no, God. Dude, I will say that I love listening to military history, military stories. It's so fucking fun. At one point in time in my life, I thought about it, and I was like, nah, I wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be good anymore. I'm not that guy.
You're pretty retarded too, though. So
oh yeah, dude. No,
maybe been good.
Yeah, but I'm not war retarded. I'm just like normal retarded. Like you got to be like a special retarded for like war retarded. I don't have
Let's get the retard counter going, guys.
Yeah, no, yeah. Because there's hyphenated retardeds, right? Like I'm just like normal, like regular, like not very interesting retarded. People are like, but like when you're war retarded, people want to listen to your war stories, and it's because you got the war hyphen retarded. It's a thing, and or like some people are like successful retarded, they're so retarded that they just like, they want to do the one thing and then they just want to hear how you became it. Like there's a lot of kinds of retards in the world. Sadly, I was not good enough to earn a hyphen in front of that. Maybe one day I'll be YouTube retarded. It'll be great to be like YouTube retarded. Like I'm very successful.
You're already YouTube
I was
retarded.
just about to say, yeah.
It's not going to happen. I
was
wish.
gonna say, I want a hyphen. I gotta work towards this.
I want a hyphen, right?
This is another good story. They're all working for their hyphens. Which one am I? Somebody brand me.
I need that to be a fucking fiction story. Is like
well, I feel like we're coming up with you're coming up with video game character classes and shit or archetypes.
Right, you're like you have to prestige your retarded.
Yeah.
Like what kind?
What kind of retard do you get to put your points into? If you go down, you get more strength.
Oh my god!
That's usually how it works. The lower your intelligence score, the higher your strength.
Oh my days.
No. They have retarded skill trees? Yes, they do.
Weaponized tism is one of them.
Oh no.
They told me to go shoot that guy, but there were a lot of guys in front of him shooting at me, so I threw a grenade.
Right.
That's Marine stories right there.
I have heard. So I will say this: Marines that I know that deployed, they have some wild shit that they've told. The ones that wanted to talk about it, there were some that were just like, nope, not going to talk about it. I'm like, yep, and I'm good with that. I'm like, yeah, what did you do? And they're like, you don't need to know. And I'm like, fair enough.
Yeah, that's the collecting ears level of shit that you really don't want to hear about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's some guys. You're like, what did you do? And they're like, let me fucking tell you. And you're like, oh shit. And then an hour and a half later, and they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, you really did all that? And they're like, here's the fucking scars. And you're like, holy shit, you really did all that. He's like, got shot here, got blown up here, and I'm like, huh, okay. That's
Turns
cool.
out it's just gangrene because he didn't shower properly. Yeah.
Right.
The one dude that I met, he ended up on an anti-sniper unit, and I kind of believe what he told me because he had some battle scars to show for it, and he was 48 at the time. And he was still on the reserve list, so if whoever went back to war, like they could call him back in. And he was like, "Yeah, I got to start cutting weight." And I'm like, "Why do you go? I'm like, why are you cutting?" And the guy was already a human fucking V. At 48 years old, he was a human V. Like, what the fuck? Like, and he's like, "No, I got to start cutting weight." He's like, because if we go back to war, he's like, I need to be ready. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yep. He's like, I got to start running. He's like, I got to start getting up at like 3:30 in the morning so that way I can run 5 miles before I come into work. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, dude, you're 48 years old, dude. Like, dude was like, I can't actually tell you the things that, because YouTube does not like those words. They're very, very racist. But he was like, I will absolutely go back over there and pop heads. We'll use the politically correct term because that one's more politically
I think
correct.
I know what you're going for.
Yeah.
No, everybody technically signs on for 8 years. Like it's 4 years active and then 4 years in the inactive reserves. Like they just,
this guy
can't throw out their uniform. That's pretty much it.
He retired from the Marine Corps. He did 25 years or whatever. He was more than 20, but yeah. Anyway, I digress. All of that. My ass did that. Wait, Vincent Cook. Wait, what? What did you do?
Collected ears.
Oh no. That's not.
I didn't know what you meant by that. I was just ad-libbing.
Fuck, what's his name? Donnie O'Mealy? Is that I think it is? Here, just keep talking. I'm just gonna do something back.
Anyway, well, I was gonna ask you. You got a new book out right now. It's over on Amazon. And I okay. All right. I got a question for you.
Sure.
I have a question. Oh shit, I can't say that word on YouTube.
I'll say it. What is it? Put it in the private chat.
No, we legit can't. We actually can't say that word on YouTube. Period. Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Put me in, coach.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Let me rephrase this. Why the hell did you do a video where you look like a French fuck boy?
What are you talking about?
He's talking about your.
I just remember a very angelic. That doesn't exist. I just remember a very angelic, charismatic, perfect commercial. Some were saying. I mean, the release of it like literally changed the results of the election. It's crazy.
No,
it's powerful.
No.
So, there are things, Battsauce. There are things.
Don't play the video.
Beauty.
Fuck's sake.
What is that? And how do we determine if something is such? Some people are perplexed by a question like that. But those people are not me.
What the fuck? Daniel's just like, I'm out.
Look, I want to say when you were watching that on Comic Shop Wednesday, and you're like, you got to talk closer to the microphone. It's a XE400. You are being the character I'm playing right now. I'm just saying.
I knew that you were doing ironic shit.
Oh, how could you tell?
No, because, yeah, like it's obvious. It's not even close to not obvious. But no, that's why I hate this microphone. Because at least with this one here, like I can sit back a ways. But like, because Justin's using that mic. If Justin is not like right here with that microphone, he starts getting very, very quiet. I can't turn off the tism. Okay, fuck you. Where the fuck, Daniel? Come on. If we got to be here for this shit, you do.
Nope.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I love, dude. He's being a fucking troll. Fuck you. You could be here for this.
No.
Why?
It makes him have to look inside himself and see such beauty and brilliance and see what he can't really ever live up to. And really, nobody can live up to
in an
such
awkward
perfection.
position. I don't like people that try to look inside themselves. It's weird.
It's hard to do. You need a lot of mirrors.
I know. You gotta be good at like yoga and bend and awkward. But Daniel's just like, no, I'm fucking gone. He's like, fuck you guys. The entire time I was listening to this though, with the music that you chose, I was thinking Boondock Saints the entire fucking time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I'm here to give the world beauty. There's a lot of ugly in this world, and we should call it what it is. Brandon Sanderson. Generic.
By the way, big thank you to Justin, Evely Music. A very professional shoot he did. This was, in his house. No, the entire time, dude. It's just like the guy works like he sets in and then he's got 2 cameras. He's got cards for me, all this thing ready, and it was like. Wait, I was like asking a friend for help, and then he's like, "Oh no!" Like,
wait, Justin,
I feel bad. Like I'm supposed to pay him.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, no. That's we picked up the props. We got the little ship in the background.
On Comic Shop Wednesday was how well the videography was, because I was like, this fucking troll ass shit is way better than it has any fucking right to be. And now I realize it's because Justin's tism kicked in, and Justin was like, we got it. And you had the one static camera, and then you had the one that you were holding, so it was moving just a
Yep. And I was just doing like a little bit of a sway.
Yeah.
A little bit of just a little bit of movement.
And it,
We had good lighting that day coming
the
through.
fact that you saw it all in your head, and you're like, okay, this camera's going to be static, this one's going to be off to the side, and it's going to be moving.
Well, the side camera has this glare that looks like it was put in After Effects, and like
does
just
look
Oh, wait,
Looks
are you
amazing.
shitting me? That wasn't
that.
After?
Yeah,
That's
that
all
glare right
natural,
there.
man.
All fluff and no
Really?
substance.
Like, it looks so like
Joe
angelic.
Abercrombie. Meh. Robert Jordan. More like wheeled lame. Frank Herbert. Boring. J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah, he's okay, I guess.
How many people took you seriously? Did I need to know?
This one I don't think people like. A lot of times with my jokes and stuff, like people don't know when I'm kidding. But this one I think it was quite obvious.
I figured you were trying to be the uppity, pretentious fuckhead that's always like, you should read my book. And I was like, there's
everybody
no way.
Everybody feels pretentious when they're shilling, right? Like even if you're not, like you feel it like internally.
I get it.
Because you're probably not a pretentious person, but it's like, I'm just gonna amplify that, like, that type of personality.
It's so funny.
George R. Martin. I don't even need to say anything about that guy. I'm releasing.
Okay, that's like the one thing that like you were actually kind of correct on is George R. Martin.
I don't like Patrick Rothfuss, and I don't like Frank Herbert.
What did Nerdrotic say? He's like, it's been 4 elections or something like that since George R. R. Martin's last book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
really like Brandon Sanderson. Joe Abercrombie I don't have an opinion on, but like Patrick Rothfuss, I mean, he's actually worse than George R. R. Martin with his books and The Name of the Wind, or the King Killer Chronicles. Frank Herbert, the guy who did Dune, I think his books are boring, but at least style writing. But that's a me thing.
I have actually heard from some people, even people who are a fan of the Dune books. They're like, if it's not your thing, they're like, we totally get it. They're like, but it is. Dune can be really hard for people to read if you are not into something very, very slow and very methodical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're not into slow and methodical at the same time, you're not going to be into Dune. And that has, like, because I've heard such good things about it, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll check them out. And then I've heard that, and I'm like,
well, that's what it was upsetting to me, because like if you go on to like top 10 sci-fi list, like book list, and it's on everyone's list as like either number 1 or top 3, and I just like I read it and I was not impressed. I was just like, this is the most overhyped book ever. I'm not saying it's like bad, but I'm like, number 1, guys, come on.
Well, and that, I mean, that goes into just how everybody feels about shit. It's like, and it's, I don't know, people there's a word, everybody calls it copium. I call it hypium. When people just hype shit up and you like check it out and you're just like, yeah, I don't think that's for me. Like, what do you mean? But from what I've heard from the Dune fans is even the Dune fans are like, really? You're like, they're like, yeah, we get it. We get it. Like that, every Dune fan that I've ever heard, and people are like, I tried reading it, I couldn't get into it. All the Dune fans are like, we understand. Like, we get it. Some people are like, dude, my first 2 or 3 times through, I couldn't make it through it. And you're like, 2 or 3 times? Why did you go back?
Yeah.
And but again, this is just what I've heard from Dune. Daniel, you look displeased.
I'm fine.
No.
Well, sometimes you do have to give a book another try or two. Because like with the Stormlight Archive, I DNF'd Stormlight Archive after like 10 hours or something like that. I'm just like, I guess it's too long or something like that. But then after reading more Brandon Sanderson, I'm like, okay, this guy's got something. I got to try it again. And then on the second try, I was like, this book is really good. I don't know,
That I don't know if I've ever had something that I'm like, all right, I had a rough time getting through it the first time, and the second time, I really, really liked it.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Probably with your boyfriend.
What the fuck? Jesus. No, but
For me, I can think of movies. We actually recently watched Van Helsing, and I watched it like 8 months ago, and I thought it was awful. And then I watched it last week, and I'm like, why did I not like this? This is fun. I like this movie. It was weird.
Oh no,
I
had
just
the
been in a
opposite.
strange headspace or something.
Loved that movie as a kid. Grew up, watched it, and I was like, this is trash.
But it's so fun though. It's so fun.
That movie.
There are many movies that I thought were great when I was a kid, and then I grew up and I was like, I can't this movie.
I know there's a book I've done this with too, but it's not coming to mind. That movie came to mind first though, like something you sat down, tried, and were like, and then you come back to it later, and it's like, oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's like your expectations the first time going in, especially if it's so hyped. It's like the wrong frame of mind, and then once some time has passed and you're, a little distance, you go into it with that clear vision, and it's easier to jump into. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Great movie, JVP.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it won't happen with my book though. First time read through, it's gonna be like, this is angelic. Oh my god.
No, it's not angelic, and here's why. I'm going to be really honest. For those of you, the book that I've been trying to get to for a while now, Illumination Toolsmith, Tale of the Dunce Whisper, Harry Potter meets Office Space.
First error.
Oh, no.
What do you mean? Those are the titles of the movies. What are you talking about?
Yes. Watch
Okay.
my video, you'll know.
Oh,
All right.
Daniel's getting all... Daniel,
It's not the Office Space. It's Office Space.
Yeah, Office Space.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Harry Potter meets Office Space. How is that an error?
Yeah.
Why would anybody take a chance on your book when they are just reminded by something that's already considered better in their mind?
Because they're looking for the similar type of humor.
They can just go.
Like, oh, I like
Harry
that
Potter.
humor.
They can just go watch Office Space. They can just go spend an entire weekend watching the Harry Potter movies. It's bad marketing.
No,
Okay,
I disagree.
sure.
I disagree on that because you don't have a Harry Potter meets Office Space. It's a humorous take on the two.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but whatever.
I know why people do it. It's just not a good idea.
Okay.
Interesting. That one I would disagree with you on. I think that, when people are taking the same genres and like mashing them together, like when people are like, oh, do you like Conan? Well, my book's like Conan. It's like, okay, well, just go read Conan. But we're like, hey, get this idea. Have mix mash. Well,
what happens when you finish Conan? Like a lot of people do. And then you're like, well, I like more Conan, but I finished it all. People go like, oh, this book's like Conan. They're like, cool, I got another thing I can do.
Doesn't actually usually work in human psychology.
Okay.
But you've got to have a starting place.
Well,
for people to get in. But if
okay.
you're new,
So should I wait?
here's the thing.
Wait. Should I list the book? Should I list the story they don't know about? So they don't have an idea of what the story's about?
Yeah.
So-
Like what?
So,
What are you talking about?
Consider binge watching. Now think about yourself. Do you finish watching an entire series of a show that you've already seen before?
Yeah. Wait. Sorry. Say that again.
Generally, yeah.
Sometimes, but
Do
it
you
just
finish
depends.
watching a full series of a show, say 4 to 7 seasons of a television show? Do you finish watching it
Yes.
in succession if you've already seen it before?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
That would
Not
be
always.
Yeah, that
Well,
would be.
it depends
you guys
on it.
specifically. Most people do not.
Well, how much binging
No,
are they
that
doing
is
off Office
absolute
Space? There was
bullshit.
one movie.
No.
Everybody that I have ever met in my life goes back and they have series of shows they watch every single year without fail once a year. It would be like saying that people don't have a ritual every year around Christmas where they pop in the Lord of the Rings and they watch the Lord of the Rings every year.
Mm-hmm.
Like or Star Wars every year, or the Harry
and
Potter
then what
movies
happens
once a year.
when you're done?
You put it away and then you go back and you see it the next year.
Correct.
You look for another universe that reminds you of Star Wars, like everyone else fucking does.
No,
I don't like.
not
Wait, what other
usually.
Wait, stop. What other comedies like Office Space off the top of your head?
Usually, I don't know. But
Yeah, no, there really
usually
isn't
what-
any. Thank you. All
That's
right.
not the point.
You're welcome.
Well,
What I'm saying is, when you have had your fill of a thing, you go looking for something else. You guys were just talking about it with your discussion about going back and rewatching a movie later and finding it more interesting than the first time that you watched it. People get their fill of specific themes and then they
No,
move on to
don't.
look for something
Wait,
else.
stop. Like, why did, okay, when
that's
Hunger
not-
Games blew up in popularity, why did every publishing company then go produce a million fucking copycats?
Yeah.
Because they know that people are going to be looking for another Hunger
Name
Games.
them.
Divergent was the perfect
Divergence.
example.
Okay, that's
Divergence
one.
was another one.
I don't remember, the movies came out years ago, but there are millions. This is like a
the point
common
I'm
thing.
making.
I'm not like making this out, I'm pulling this out of my ass. This is a
That's the
super
point.
common thing.
No, you're making the point that you're making a point that does not have significance in the world, because most people will watch something and go, "Oh,
Maze
I
Runner.
liked that,"
Yep,
and
that's
they
another
will
one.
look. Yeah, Maze Runner was another one, and people will actively look for other things like that thing. Like, I watched Buffy and Angel for years, and then, oh shit, Supernatural came out, and I watched that for fucking years. And then I actually wanted more stuff like that, and sadly, the shows that came out that were
How
coming
many
in-
years between Buffy, Angel, and Supernatural?
there weren't. Actually, no, they were right in succession. Angel was actually running in tandem with Buffy. Supernatural picked up right as Buffy and Angel ended, then ran for fucking
They were running during the
15
same time.
fucking years. Well, but those two shows
And
kinda
now-
ended.
And what's next? That's what I'm trying to get you guys to
Blade,
notice.
Underworld,
What came
like,
after?
people-
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
what
yeah,
came
we had
after
Underworld,
Supernatural?
we had.
I mean, yeah, sometimes
Underworld, I mean,
fads
Vampire-
end. Yes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes fads end, but to sit there and say that to sit there and say that, hey, I'm a new author, and to get you interested in my book, here are two things that I thought would be funny to put together, and you know what? You can take a chance on a new author like this. You're not sitting there pretending to be something that you're fucking not. You're telling an audience, hey, you don't know who the fuck I am. You don't know what my story is about. Here is at least something that you might recognize, and you can take a chance on me.
look, so this is, I think you're upset because I used a tactic that is very common among people that you think doesn't work. But the thing is, a lot of people are doing it, and they keep doing it. They even recommend it. And that's what I'm doing. They say it works. Hopefully it does. That's what I think. I just like, honestly, Daniel, you're coming off a little bit rude right now. Like, for real.
Well, you can be upset with me all you want. I'm not actually upset. I'm pointing out a thing that I have already seen people talk about doing that does
Yeah,
not.
but you look
actually
upset when you say it, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of coming off as rude.
Well, my question is where is the empirical data to show that saying that this thing that Bats has and the way that he's marketing it doesn't work? Because I've seen films do it in the past. I've seen books do it in the past, even large ones. I've seen music do it in the past. Fuck, you always talk about band. Oh yeah, this band was like that band mixed with that band, and they were really freaking good. And people draw correlations of one thing that they loved and another thing that they loved. So I don't know where you're drawing the empirical data to say that marketing tactic doesn't work, unless it's just a personal. Now, if it's a personal preference,
It's not a
that's fine.
personal preference. It's
Okay.
from, as
So
I've said many times
you've
before,
said,
and
but
I'm
you have
trying not to.
shown. Do you
Finish.
have the empirical
Let me
data?
finish. I've worked with almost 100 people so
Yes.
far,
Yes.
creating and promoting their material.
Yes.
No one in that 100 clients that I have worked with has successfully marketed off of X meets X. That is a internet trend that does not jive with actual people.
So the movies that did it in the 80s and 90s.
No, what they did, you're misremembering what they did. What they did is from the producers of X, from the creators of X. That is what they did in marketing, in the advertising. Go back and look at the trailers. They never call out another film, another television show. Reviewers do. Yes. Reviewers will compare it to other things.
Because people will naturally do that.
Yes, but no actual IP has ever explicitly said this thing is like this thing.
So, I mean,
it's intentional and it is a part of marketing. You do not compare
it's whatever.
IP
like, I don't know.
I've
done it to convince other people to watch a show. And I don't know. You might not think it works, but that's fine. It's a lot of other people say otherwise.
No, like I said, I'm more interested to see where the empirical data is on this. To see because
from my experience doing this.
But here's the thing: is
100
I don't
people
trust
so far.
anybody's experience. I want to see the data down. I talk with people about this all of the time. You put the numbers down and you say this actually works. This doesn't.
Personally, don't have the data because it's theirs. But everyone that I have worked with that has run an ad where they put right in the beginning X meets X or X and X.
Okay.
It does not do anything. They make no actual sales off of it.
So
okay, sure.
So making that claim, saying that I've worked with a bunch of people. Okay, that's fine. You say X meets X doesn't work. Most of the people that we talk to say, yeah, you know what? I got this idea from this and meets
inspired by, yes, that makes sense.
Inspired by. What's the difference between saying inspired by and what we're seeing here tonight? Like that doesn't make
Did they put it in their ad? Did they put it in their blurb?
Yeah, they don't really do that for movies.
Dude,
they do it for books all the time.
We've talked with 100+ people that have done it on this show. Well, maybe not all of them have done it, but we've talked with plenty of people that have done it. Like,
I haven't seen it in that. I've seen them talk about it that way.
I mean, dude, we heard Mike Barron
in our show.
Mike Barron put it in his fucking trailer for his fucking comic book.
Which one? I don't remember.
The one, oh God, what was the Mike?
Look, I've seen many podcasts where they're like, I know it's super annoying and overdone, but they're like, when you do the X meets X thing, it tends to work because it gives relatability. Like it's a really quick way to give somebody an idea of what they're going to be buying, and so
was it
like,
Private
American?
American?
Took those two subjects. What?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to come up with the Mike Barron title. Was it Private American?
Yes, it was Private American. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt it.
Yeah, he literally put in there, like, you know, it was like Captain America meets the Punisher type shit.
Yeah,
like,
but like, let me be straight. Like, this is not because with JVP's comment, this is not a copycat, like in any sense of the word. It's like a little bit of Harry Potter, like magical vibes, like a little bit. And then the humor can be related to Office Space. But again, it's not anything like that, right? It's a good way to give you an idea what you're getting into if you cross those two things.
Is there value in doing both? Like to lead with the description of what it is, separate from common touchstones people might already know, and then at the end, I know a lot of people might do it in casual conversation because that's an easy way, but maybe you reel them in with the story itself, and then at the end it might be like, oh, you know, inspired by, or, you know, for fans of, or is it even then, is it still
that? I could see that working, but my issue and the thing that I have seen, so you take it with the grain of salt that you want. I don't particularly care if you take the advice or not, but putting it in the front of something and just going, it's like this and this, just brings to mind the joy of the thing that they've already experienced.
Oh yeah, I got that joy. Let me try to experience that again. Wow!
But for
most people are really stupid, so they're not going to read past the first two lines like all the time. So like those very first words you put on the verbiage is super really important Because attention span is like a big thing, right? Especially when people are just looking at books very quickly, right? So if you wanted to grab your attention.
Hold on, Battsauce, I will actually call you out on that.
Sure.
No, actually, the first few lines in anything is critically important. As somebody, I actually like paying attention to YouTube analytics and things like that. Your first 30 seconds. A lot of YouTube videos are now produced with what are known as retention beats. A lot of people don't understand that. It's why you'll see somebody, they'll sit there, they can do like a long monologue, but the camera will constantly shift back and forth. And that is because it preys upon the attention, because most people actually don't have long attention spans anymore. And YouTube videos are being produced to prey upon the short attention spans that we have. So something has to happen every 3 to 5 seconds on screen in order to make it interesting. This is something that is very, very well known among very, very successful YouTube content creators. Go watch, if you want to watch people talk about it, watch Matt Pat, watch Mr. Beast, watch the Unsubscribed podcast. All of them talk about retention beats, how to edit videos, how you have to capture people, and what you do to maintain their attention on what you're doing. And the first 30 seconds, the first few words that you say, that opening line, that opening dialogue, how you come at that is critically fucking important in the world that we live in nowadays, where everything online is basically fast food that I can click a button, get it here, get it now, it's in my face, all I have to do is just press and go. And so no, I will push back at you on that. The first words are absolutely fucking critical, and they have to be able to capture somebody's attention. That being said, I don't know if saying, hey, this meets this, check out my fucking book, is not enough to keep somebody's attention. So again, and that's a weird way to say that I don't think either you or Daniel is correct in here. But
you never know until you
But again, you've got to see the data. Right? You have to see the data in front of you, right? You've got to see the data in front of you. You have to be able to put the numbers to the page. So no. Daniel has a point that the first few words are absolutely fucking critical. That being said, this property meets this property, check out my book. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, because I haven't seen the data on that.
Well, like Justin brought
that's why I was saying the first few words are important.
Maybe maybe at the end of it, it might actually work better. But starting off with talking about other intellectual properties, other things that people can consume, is not a viable marketing strategy. Don't draw attention to other stuff.
So
I think that's bad advice, but that's fine.
But why? Okay, break it down. Let's break that down really quickly. Why?
We're getting into debate. Like, I don't have the stats pulled up or anything like that.
No, and we don't have the stats pulled up, but all of us.
I mean, like, it's publishing companies recommend to do that. They want to know what your book is compared to when you're selling them the book. That's like when you're trying to hit up literary agents. They're gonna ask. That's like very essential things that they're gonna ask for every literary agent. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know.
But you're selling it yourself. You're not querying to a traditional publisher.
Sure. Let's get off this topic. I really don't give a fuck.
Well,
like if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't care. I think the advice is dog shit. That's my personal opinion. But whatever. Let's get off of it.
But no, I mean, like I said, it's an interesting thing because and like I said, I mean, a quick search here is, comparing a book to another well-known book in your marketing can be a helpful strategy, as it allows potential readers to understand your book's genre, tone, and target audience by providing familiar reference point, but it's important to do so accurately and highlight what makes your book unique within that comparison. So that's just a quick Google search. That's what I came up with. That being said, going back over to the book.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you know what? Damn it. Fuck. Hey, everybody, I meant to do this before we started arguing with each other. Fuck. Go buy his book. Do that thing. It's like $8. You should do that thing. It's not that expensive. Go buy the book. Yeah. Fucking check it out. Anyway, so A Tale of an Illumination Toolsmith. Is that a light? What? An illumination tool?
Illumination is it's what I call the magic in the system. Yeah.
Okay. Trying to fix everyone's problems in the kingdom to the point of pretty much doing their jobs for them. Edward definitely isn't the smartest person in the kingdom, but maybe that isn't problem. You might want to fix that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, hey, I got to catch it at some point.
Dude, my boss sent me back multiple spelling errors today in a presentation that I have to do in 2 weeks. She's like, hey, fix it. I went down. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, spelling, grammar, not my strong suit. She goes, no, that's fine. It's just in front of all of our insurance people. She's like, I just want to make sure it's good. I'm like, nope, thank you. Appreciate it. So, yeah.
It's not the book. It's not the book. It's just there, damn it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Copy, paste, whatever.
Every writer that I know has talked about that one thing that squeaked by them and they were like, damn it.
Yeah.
And we're definitely, in this world, technology and magic have combined and advanced to the point where people become useless without their Illumitools. I like stories that do this because predominantly I like to see how the author's brain works and if they can actually connect magic to technology in an interesting way. So this essentially makes the people like Edward who fix Illumitools the most important people in the kingdom, but they are treated worse than stable boys. Oh shit! So they're the Verizon workers. That is legit. I'm sorry. That's just. Hey, Verizon man, why my phone don't work? You know, bro, I don't know. What did you do to it?
They're like, did you turn your phone on? Is your phone? Does it have a charge?
Yeah.
You didn't turn it on? Oh, now it's working?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, fuck. This story is the most entertaining comedy you will ever have the pleasure to read. However, it is also the best action, romance, musical, and thriller you will have or will ever read. Okay, I think you're getting a little too trolly there. Because some people, I just can see some Karen reading this and going, yeah. And I'm like, shut up. Yeah.
That's fine.
Some of the questions you might ask yourself after reading this might be, how can I ever enjoy another story again after finishing this masterpiece? How can one person come up with such compelling plots? Has my vision blurred from the tears in my eyes? Or have I been blinded by the powerful words of this literature wordsmith? Although I might not have answered those questions, I will be able to answer some. And there's another one here. Some maybe more important questions. What is the best part of the book? The entire book. What will be the most surprising part of reading the book? Learning that another spectrum of emotions exists, never felt by mankind previously. Am I a better person for reading this? Yes. God. Oh. So the initial setup was good. I think he got a little trolly on that one, but why? Oh shit! It doesn't have a. Does it? Oh no, there's the sample. It's like, why won't let me scroll? It's like I got to read the one page. Oh wait, no, I'll have to read the first 1.5 pages. How do I read this? What's the voice that you hear? Is it like?
Let's just go a little retarded. I don't know, man.
Just go a little retarded.
Yeah.
All right. The Illumination Toolsmith. We live in a time where magic and technology have made most effort in life extinct. Even fighting the hordes of chaos has turned into a mundane task. What the fuck? I'm one of those guys who help repair and maintain the tools people use that are powered by magic. It requires a vast knowledge of how different types of magic works and the inner workings of any equipment that has a hint of magic tied to it. Not everyone can do a job like this, and most people would never even be afforded the opportunity to train in this field. And I can honestly say, without a doubt in my mind, this is the worst job anyone could ever do. Okay, I like that. That's great. One would think I opened up a shop with pride and happiness, knowing how difficult it was for me to become an illumination toolsmith. Illumination tools are objects that are powered by illumination, or, in other words, magic. It's hard to come to work with a smile knowing that someone's Lumitool is going to break at any moment, extremely dampening their day, and they will not hold back when they take their anger out on the tool. They are Verizon workers. They are.
Well, they are IT. So.
Oh my God. Majority of the time, just dispelling the tool and reapplying the spell makes the Illumitool work. You fucking turn it off and turn it on again. Okay. Okay.
Do you remember the-
I know. Instead of the Harry Potter meets Office Space thing, I know how to solve that whole debate at the beginning. You'd be like, have you ever worked in retail? Have you ever sold cell phones? Well, imagine being the guy who fixes magical tools and lives the life of a Verizon worker.
Well, I mean, it's essentially
That
part
would
of my
actually
sales
work.
pitch. Yeah, I mean, that's
so
part of
good.
essentially my sales pitch is saying that this is basically going to be extremely cathartic. Yeah, cathartic. Thank you, words, right? Experience for anyone who's worked any kind of customer service job, essentially, and especially if you've worked in IT, like it's a
That
super
is
must.
much better in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't care, Daniel. I don't care.
I do agree though, because this I had a totally different thing in my head. Now reading this, I'm like, this is fucking great. I had a totally different thing in my head. But anyway, majority of the time, just a spelling tool and reapplying makes the elimination tool work. But people can't be bothered with trying to figure the issue out themselves. Instead of taking the short time it takes to cast the issue, people would rather wait twice as long for us to fix the issue just so they can yell at somebody else and not have to trouble themselves with using their heads to fix their own issues. When I walk to work, all I can think to myself is, who's yelling at me today? Oh, why not yell back, you say?
That's probably Royce.
Oh, dude. No. If I lose my shit at somebody, it's not. Last time I lost my shit, I got fired.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like 6 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, I've been there.
last time I lost my shit at work, I got fired. So, not me getting pissed at work is not. It's not a good day. Just don't bother helping them. Well, I would love to. I promise you, nothing would make me happier. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of trying a new corner of the castle. I'm sick and tired of trying to find a new corner of the castle to cry in. My boss's boss, says the Illumitools being operational at all times is our highest priority, and that if something isn't working, we have to get it working as quickly as possible. Now, that doesn't really sound like an issue when you hear it, but whenever you argue with someone, that person...
No.
Hey, you guys got to
It's the
buy
end of the
this book
page.
to read the next page. And don't cheap out and just go read the sample, you bunch of pansies. You got to read it. That's okay. Okay. That is legitimately hilarious.
Thank you.
That was fucking great. Like, everybody can fucking relate to that in an insane way.
Yeah, the early chapters. I worked in retail for a couple of years. I didn't work in IT, but fielding a lot of the same questions and just dealing with a lot of the same problems and a lot of things that you're like, this person, surely if they just stopped and thought for a second. So I could relate to it on that front. A lot of the early chapters where it's just kind of the day-to-day and dealing with your boss and people that they bring in to help make things more efficient. And that aspect, yeah, I'm like, oh, this is so relatable.
Dude,
and the twist
So,
on with the fantasy world's kind of fun too. It's a little bit different.
I worked
It's
food
modern
service.
but fantasy at the same time.
I had the exact same experience in food
food
service, working restaurants. It's the same fucking thing. Oh,
Food,
So, I mean,
money,
like,
and
especially-
tech, people get crazy. They get
oh,
crazy.
dude, it's
with those three things.
retarded.
Especially in the beginning. I mean, like the whole story is a lot of the main character just complaining. I find that complaining and bitching is an art. But like, there's a lot of chapters in here that where he kind of like comes off like he self-aware isn't like he's a hypocrite because he's like, I'm guilty of doing the same things too, right? And it's just like, you know, when you're on the other side of the thing, you'd probably be acting just like them, and he does, right? But you know, he's going to complain about them doing it at the same time.
That is so freaking good. I love that. It's God, I've been there before. I've been that we had some bitch send down an entire plate of chicken wings that didn't have a whole lot of chicken left on them wings. And she said they were raw and we should refund her for sending her up bad food. Mm-hmm. And I brought it down to the kitchen, and we were like, there's nothing left. We said, our manager is like, man, we're not. Because I worked in a hotel at the time. And you want to talk about people that get paid, when you're paying $120 a night for a room, you want to see how pissy people can get? Dude, they think they fucking own that bitch.
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh, dude. I am not a fan of this. Why is Tim Allen in the ER?
Oh, no. Tim.
That doesn't make me happy at all. Sorry, I got very distracted by that. Tim Allen, I will be keeping you in my prayers, good sir.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I got this to share anyways.
Yeah. No, you're good sir. As long as you're able to change out some things.
Here we go. We're gonna get the channel. Get
You ready for this
dark
one?
humor going.
Look at that food fuck over there. What the fuck is that?
Food. Who does he think he's giving?
You can already name 20 things wrong with him.
Let's fuck him up.
Let's go fuck him up.
Let's go. Hey, you.
Hey,
Hey. What are you doing?
Skipping for
hey, come
anybody
here.
else?
Hey, come here.
Yeah, it's
fucking
really
bullshit.
choppy.
Abu, let's
It
run.
is very
Oh, is it really
choppy.
choppy? It's probably
It is
coming
super
from my computer. Fine, it's a terrorist stolen valor joke thing.
Oh God.
It reminded me when he was talking about the ear necklace. I'm like, all right, I got the videos to share with you.
I thought that was a new ad for your book. I thought it was like a different angle. Like we have a couple different approaches. We got the troll thing. Now we're going the veteran angle.
Yeah.
Now we're going the terrorist angle.
Yeah. I'm gonna share the channel with you because Royce, you would get a kick out of it. I don't know if he just left us or something, but
and the art
He
on
went
the
to
cover
pee
was-
probably.
It's Spanish. Just
deuced out.
so the art on the cover. Who did your cover art?
Oh, the wonderful AC Pritchard did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did you have any other artists involved in the project in any way, or shape, or form,
No.
or anything? No, it's
No,
just
that's
AC.
it.
That's good. He's
Just AC.
talented
No.
fella. He does a little
All
bit of
right.
everything.
Well, I can't. Can anyone else present the screen? Because I gotta see.
I think I can try. We'll find out.
You can try.
I'm a little bit boomery. I'm under practiced on this aspect of running things, but I can give it a try. I can certainly try it.
I've had
Give it a-
3 drinks. Don't expect anything from me.
You're the captain now. You're in charge.
Yeah.
Clean
Oh, we can wait till he gets back.
Or that. That's fine too. Either way.
Yeah. But
Now, have you? I
do.
was
What?
going to ask. Have you had anybody that's worked in IT read this book?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a couple IT guys bought it. Brian McCoppin, you know.
Yeah. He just See, I'm curious to
yeah,
hear his thoughts
dude,
on it.
I mean, if you got like, well, he hasn't started reading yet. He just got it in.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll ask him about the X meets X. Maybe see how he feels about that. No, I mean that's why I keep saying like the book is like if you ever worked IT, you kind of have to, because I've taken like personal experiences and taken like just certain type of archetypes of like customers and kind of turned that into like a fantasy thing. And if Royce would share the screen, I could show you the one, which is the good idea fairy, which is like one of his boss's boss. He has a lot of bosses. I mean, that's kind of usually what happens when you're in a very bureaucratic like situation. Just like everyone's your boss, and it sucks. Give him a minute. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, sure, Royce. What else are we gonna do?
Have the show for a minute.
See if it's like, oh, I'll be back 1 second. No. Yeah. So, all right. Without the picture, I'll say right. I mean, I've already told you, Justin, plenty of times what a good idea fairy is, but for those people who don't know, I haven't heard what that is. Ella Enchanted, right? Ella Enchanted, fairy grants a wish to. Or not a wish. What the fuck it's called to Ella's mother, basically making Ella obedient, right? Because she thinks that's a good idea. Which obviously, if you're anyone with any kind of sort of common sense, you're like, that's a terrible idea. But good idea fairies come from like, what was it, like Irish like folklore, like really old stuff, and it's just like that's the idea behind it, is they have these good ideas that just keep screwing your life up. It's kind of like when you like get a wish granted by the devil or whatever, but there's always like a catch behind it. Kind of similar situation.
Monkey's paw style.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, like one of the new supervisors that comes in around like chapter 3 or 4, it's a good idea fairy, and they're all like, at first they're they're working in a dungeon. They're like, why is a fairy working in coming to work in a dungeon? That doesn't make sense. And they realize like, oh no, it's a good idea fairy. We're in trouble. And so like the first thing that happens is like, oh, now we have like several more meetings to go to because apparently that's a good idea. And now we have all these different projects that we have to do that she keeps assigning us, and we don't have the time to do any of it because we again have more meetings, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on, man? I think what was it? The first thing that happens is she's like, oh, let's take the people in the back office and put them in the front, and the people in the front and the back. And I forgot how I justified it, but it's just like, just completely retarded.
And start writing down everything.
Sounds like something somebody would find a good idea.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Let's have you spend half your day cataloging what you're doing for the other half of your day instead of actually just working the entire day.
I genuinely hate everything about the good idea fairy right now.
Yeah.
As you should.
She's not a good guy.
The good idea fairy came from HR and needs to burn in the fiery hole that is Satan's ass.
Well, yeah, it's like you get a new supervisor and they have no idea what the situation that's going on, but they just know how to fix it and make it all better somehow.
But
and it's just like, no, we've tried that before, and no, I don't want to hear it. Just do what I say,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I have had people do that, and I fucking hate it so much. It's not even funny. She's finger wagging too.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, so Joe Ball did this art, right? And I was like, I just want her to look like you just want to kill yourself if she walks in the room. Minecraft yourself, sorry.
Minecraft yourself.
Yeah.
I just, oh my God, dude, that. Oh man, I love the premise. I love the premise of this. It's just that, dude, this is the fantasy novel version of Waiting. That's what this is.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, this is the fantasy novel version.
Well, don't say that because then people are just going to want to watch Waiting, and then they're not going to read my book. So don't say that. Please don't.
The other thing is, too,
Fuck,
is that...
man.
No, I will say this. Harry Potter meets Office Space is not how I would describe it after reading the first page, after listening to you describe it. I will say that. This sounds like it could touch so many more people or resonate with them if you did, like, what if the Verizon guy worked in a medieval fantasy world? How is his life around magic and irritating customers? Just I think resonating with that. Dude, I love.
You don't get any Office Space from that?
No.
I need you to submit. I need you to submit the 1090 T form when you get the chance. I already did it. Those forms are useless. Like that. Like it's the exact same, or not the exact, but it's like similar humor.
Kind of, but in the opening pages, what I got in the opening pages was not Office Space. It was absolutely like because Office Space never dealt with the customers directly. At least the main characters that I remember.
No, but there's a supervisor.
But they were dealing with that.
Employee.
But the way that you open it up is a guy just like fucking dreading his day dealing with customers right off the bat.
Well, the good idea fairy doesn't get introduced right off the bat.
Well,
the good idea fairy is a huge character in there, but it's
no.
whatever. I got another image to share, man.
No, you're good, dude. No, you're good. I'm just saying, like, I like the fucking premise. I just want, like, I'm just telling you how the vibes I'm getting off of it. That's all. That's it.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
What the fuck is this?
So I'll say that it's a very much they go like it's not just a comedy. They go on an adventure. Like I said, it's also an action story as well. There's kind of like a conspiracy going on with the castle and where like the magic's going on. There's like demons kind of showing up like outside the castle and pockets of town. So it's like kind of what's going on. So eventually, like he goes on an adventure and he's got He's got a set of like tools and weapons and stuff that he's kind of gathered over time in the book. And he uses all of his years of customer service experience and learning, you know, how the people work in the kingdom, and he becomes the best key to saving the kingdom, essentially, with that.
That's kind of cool. I like that. The kind of the zero to hero story.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I dig
And
it.
who was this artwork by?
Oh, this is Matt Barr. Matt Barr did this work.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
did great. Yeah. So, and that's this little rock guy. It's like my version of a dwarf. So I gotta do things a little bit different, you know?
That's pretty cool. So you shared this channel, Donnie O'Malley.
Yeah. No, I meant to say, I saved it like for your off time, man.
Oh, for my off time.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get an absolute kick out of that.
I was gonna say shoot that over in the Discord because I will totally forget. But I think especially in today's day and age, like when Waiting popped off, because Waiting was the more recent one, because Office Space is definitely an older movie. Waiting was like, I remember watching Waiting before I was a waiter, but my older brothers and sisters had all already worked in the industry. And after I had worked in food service, I was like, oh God, it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Do not fuck with the people who serve your food.
Don't ever fuck with the people who like, and I will say this, if somebody is having a bad day and they are working with your food, leave some inklings that you really like them and they're probably going to get a better tip, and then actually follow through on the better tip. I promise you, the next time you go back to that restaurant, it does not matter if that person has a good or a bad day. They will remember you, and you can guarantee your food will come out good. Mm-hmm. But trust me, I know, I've done it before. Like, it just, don't fuck with people that work with your food. And like, dude, you reminded me of, I think you guys check out the Unsubscribed podcast, don't you?
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of it, yeah.
So
I knew most of those guys before they, had the podcast together.
I actually watched a good
Donut Operator a lot, yeah.
I watched Brandon Herrera a lot, and then like a lot of the other guests that they had on the show before I was actually introduced to the show. So yeah, but dude, it was Fat Electrician telling the story. He went to the Verizon store because his phone would not get like 5G service, just period. It just wouldn't. So there's something wrong with the phone. So he's sitting there. He says he's sitting next to this guy who just got off work. He's like in a high-vis shirt that's just like covered in dirt. And like this old lady comes in with a fucking power strip in her hand and a phone charger.
Mm.
And he's like, it goes up to the Verizon worker and she's like, I need your help. And the guy was like, oh shit. And he was like, and the Fat Electrician, like, he's like, as soon as I saw it, he's like, oh, I was locked in because I knew some stupid shit was about to happen. And this lady, she was older. She was in her late 50s, early 60s, something like that. And she goes, my charger won't charge. And the guy was like, okay, like, or she's like, my charger doesn't work. And he goes, it's like it's not charging your phone or like what's it? She goes, no, it doesn't plug in. And she touches the charger to the power strip. And he's like, how the power breaks for the phone chargers now, they have the prongs that flip out.
Yeah.
This lady couldn't figure out the prongs flipped out, and then she could plug it into her power strip. And so the Verizon worker, and he's like, this is a one-piece puzzle with one moving part. And she couldn't figure it out. And he's like, here's the problem. She got in a 3,000-pound vehicle, drove down to the shop, burning liquid dinosaur. And she couldn't figure out how to plug a phone charger into a power strip, and her vote counts as much as mine. He was like, I've been having an existential crisis about your book. Is that. Your book is that frustration that everybody who has had to deal with customer service, and I fucking love it. And you put it in a fantasy setting, and the guy becomes the hero at the end. And I think that is fucking fantastic. The more I think about this, the more I'm like, this is great. And it's 252 pages, which is a decent sized book for $8 fucking.
It's only like, oh well, yeah. I mean, it's like literally, it's what is it, like 70,000, 60,000 words, somewhere between that. So,
is it
to me, that's like pretty short.
I don't know.
It's pretty long.
Is it like a smaller book size, or is it larger, or like, because it says 252 pages here on Amazon?
It's like this, but I mean, like compared to like my first book, right?
Yeah,
what's the font size you used?
It's pretty small.
Really?
I don't remember. Caroline, what was the font size? Caroline,
is it a sans serif or a serif?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 5x8.
But I mean, I think they're the same font. Yeah, they're both books are the
A
same font
little
size.
on the small side, yeah.
Yeah, I
will say too, the book. I don't think it's too spoiler. There's like little silly things in it that made me giggle. Just some of the characters now they relate to our world, even though it's fantasy stuff, or certain things like the web. Like we have the web, but it's literally like.
Well, let me show that picture one second, because I got a picture of that.
It's just a web, and then to fix the web, it's like then there's like spiders in there they got to deal with to fix the web, and it's like very dangerous and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's so like on the nose, but it made me laugh. I thought it was pretty entertaining. There's a lot of things like that in the world.
Several images in there, and yeah, like essentially like a connection goes down because there's a crystal cast system. It's like they're crystal balls, right? When you have some form of communication in there with those. They're all connected through the web room, and the spiders repair the web room. And something happened. One of the webs isn't going to getting repaired, so they have to go into this room, and they're wearing protective gear because that kind of works. It's okay at keeping the spiders away if they want to bite their head off. So yeah, they have to venture in their dangerous territory to try to like figure out what the hell's going on to fix that spider.
That's fun.
Yeah. But no, I mean, as far as stupid stories, man, I've had somebody who they couldn't find the printer, like the network printer, and then after a while, you find out that she doesn't understand why I wouldn't find it because she's pointing the monitor at the printer, and it couldn't find the printer.
Like she's trying to make it look at it.
Yep.
The thing is, I've probably done stupid stuff like this too.
Yep.
But it's like, do you walk away from it being like, oh, or do they stay mad? It's like, do you have that moment
of people, the amount of people, dude. I taught my kids at a young age, and I'm like, touch the computer, and they put their hand on the tower, right? And I'm like, touch the monitor, and they put their hand on the back of the monitor. I'm like, all right, which one's the computer? And they're like, this one. I'm like, which one's the monitor? They're like, that one. I'm like, awesome. What does the monitor do? It's like, it shows us the stuff that the computer wants to show us. I'm like, yes. And I have taught my kids the basics of, and it's the amount of people that just, I don't like they can't make fundamental connections in their own brain, let alone in life. And it is wild to me.
That's like, have you seen the videos of the kids, like the Gen Alpha or Z or whoever's coming up, and they have the old computers? Like, let's see how they interact with the computer from 2004, and they start touching the screen, like nothing works, and they only know touch screens because they grew up on phones and tablets, and they're just like, how the hell does this work? They can't figure it out. Remind me of that.
There's an intuition to it. There really is. There is an intuition to it. I will say this. I almost convinced my bosses to let me get touchscreen monitors in my office.
Why?
And
I would have hated you, man. I'm like such a guy. Like anybody tries to get something that's like nice instead of like practical, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not getting it.
No, because mine was actually a practical reason because a lot of
I'm sure it was. Yeah.
No,
it would have sped up work just so much, even though the touch screens lag way more, and it would have actually caused more work, and I would have had to turn it into the IT guy more because I can't figure it out because it's new technology.
No.
It's fucking it's just not working like the old one was. Why the fuck did you ask me to upgrade in the first place, you fucking asshole? Like, what the fuck is going on?
No. See, that's where you're wrong, because I actually know how to troubleshoot my own shit. And I've had touchscreen computers in the past. I know exactly how the fuck they work, and I know how to go into the BIOS and fix shit if I have to. So, no, because of because of everything that I fucking have up usually on the screen all at the same time. Like, I would be able to navigate a lot better with 2 fucking hands moving screens back and forth and pulling shit up and having stuff over here than using one fucking mouse to do 17 fucking commands. It's fucking retarded. But I decided not to because, and they would have let me. I almost convinced them, and I was like, no, it's fine. They're like, well, we can. I was like, no. I was like, it's really expensive. It would be nice, but it's not necessary. But no, it would. But again, that's the difference between kind of knowing what the fuck you're doing and not knowing what the fuck you're doing. And I can still work on a computer that does, like, I don't have
Justin, I've heard this story so many times. I've heard it so many times.
I couldn't tell.
And I've heard it exactly like we're not exactly from you, but it's similar frustrations from you. It's like, the confidence, the assurance that it's not them, it's the technology.
I never said it was the technology.
I know, just bust balls.
I never said it was. I said it was. Yeah, it would have been a little bit more efficient, but that's okay. Especially if I had double touch screens. Oh
my god. Yeah. No, I mean there is a chapter.
Socks off. He's got his feet going too. 4 of them.
I mean, realistically, instead of a double, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a chapter. It's like where it's
Oh, dude, no. I had a laptop that had touchscreen on it. My ability to edit a video on that shit was so much fucking faster. Because I could zoom in and shit like that and drag and drop fucking clips and stuff into my old airsoft videos. It was a lot fast. And then that laptop broke because I may or may not have dropped it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I mean I had a guy. It was just like every single time we had to like go replace his computer, I was always like, just stop replacing it because he's just gonna say the new one is also broken, and it's not broken. It's just him. He's slow, right? And my coworker though, he was above me too. He was like, "Look, I'm just gonna replace it, and he'll be fine. He'll stop complaining." And without a doubt, 2 weeks later, he was replacing his computer again. And at least I wasn't doing it. I just was like laughing at him. I'm like, "Can you stop, dude?" It only pissed me off was like when he wasn't there, and then he'd start bugging me about it, and then
now
whole thing.
On the upside, this keeps you in business. This is a friend of mine does this.
I was a government employee though, so it's kind of a different situation.
I had a buddy that worked for a company, and they had guys working on these machines.
The one thing we don't want to stay in business.
Yeah. His whole job is fixing this device that's several $1 million, and it's used to like sterilize monkeys that they do testing on and things like that in these labs with horrific diseases and whatnot. So like once they do the testing, so they finish the testing and they had to like sterilize the animal so it can't hurt anybody. He repairs those machines, and the guys they have operating these machines a lot of times, he says they're like no qualifications. They're not. And there's like 3 things, like don't do X, Y, or Z with this machine. And they go in and like, what happened? They're like, I did Z. And he's like, well, don't do that again. And then a year later, what happened? Well, I did Z. He's like, how are you still in a job? And he fixes it, but he's like, you know what? As long as they keep pressing Z occasionally, at least it keeps us in business. And hey, keeps me in a job. And that's a little bit ridiculous, but
I know it's like,
and everybody wonders why AI is going to take over so much shit.
Yeah,
it's not though. It's
what
not.
Happens, I press the button over there.
The guy, I'm just like seeing him from time to time. He's bored at his job, just pressing not that button for a whole year, and he's like, I miss that guy that fixes this. Let me just get him in here.
Look, people already have the ability to Google how to fix 90% of the issues, right?
Yeah.
You think they're going to pull up ChatGPT to get it to troubleshoot? No, they're still going to call the IT person. I mean, the amount of times it's like, oh, how do I do this with an email, right? How do I pull up the BCC line, right? It's like just type in Google exactly how you phrase it, and it's going to show a picture of like the things.
Hang on,
it's way quicker than bothering me.
This is too much. Just come in here.
Just show me how to do it.
Yeah, and of course, like well, first of all, if they had to pay me, they just would Google. They wouldn't be paying me. So it's like the trade-off, right? Where it's like, the government employee, it's like, the more work you're giving me, the more I have to do. I'm still getting paid the same amount, right? Either way. But,
okay.
But they're more likely to bother you because of that, though.
So it's not like a commission thing, because then if you had people doing stupid stuff, you're like, at least it's an easy fix. You're like,
no, it's not.
No, it's like
This is a multi-layered. Everything.
You're highly encouraged to do less work. Yes,
I'm getting that. Okay, it's all making more sense.
That's government life for you.
That's regular. I keep in mind I'm salaried, and there are days when I have to do a whole shitload more of stuff because people did something fucking stupid, and I'm like, why did you do that? Well,
I was bored.
I'm the safety guy, and I have to try to not get in trouble with HR. And here's the thing. My HR person would say way worse shit to some people, but if I got turned into HR, it would not be a good day. Yeah. That would
maybe even a bad day.
My HR person's
the worst day.
Awesome. Oh, dude.
Might be the worst day. Could be.
I would get fired. She'd be like, you can't. You can't say that. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't get fired. I'd probably at least get a warning on that one.
A stern talking to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, depending on who I yelled at. Actually, I told my HR person today because she's also my boss because she wears many hats. She won't turn HR over because she doesn't want to hire a younger person who's sensitive in the workplace and mishandle the HR fucking role.
Smart.
Yeah, and I was like, because I was like, look, you do a lot of shit in the company. Why? Like, obviously you turned over safety. Like, you had to hire a full-time safety manager. Why? And she goes, with everybody that we work around and with the way, we like a lot of the people like to joke around here and talk around here. She's like, I would not be able to trust a younger person fresh out of college that's just doesn't get it. And I was like, understood. I get it. And yeah, and I told her today, I was like, there's this one person that just, and I was like, I'm getting ready to lose my shit on this person. She's like, do it. She's straight up, go for it. She's like, I'm so fucking tired of this person. Oh yeah.
Destroy them.
And I was like, yeah. So if I got in trouble with that person, I would be in big trouble.
Yeah, but you got to get HR's approval first.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So no, I
like when the stars align.
Oh, dude. I hate people that just, they do things and they don't think about why they do things. And then they just do them and they go, well, no. Well, this is how it works. No, that's not how it works. Well, I do it all the time. No, you fucking don't. Because if you did it all the time, it would break just like it fucking broke when you did it this time. Why do you do the things that you do? I hate people like that so much.
At least it makes you feel even more intelligent than you already are. If you ever have a day where you're feeling kind of dumb, and you deal with something like that, you're like, hang on, I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually doing all right. We're doing okay here.
You start to feel a little bit insane, though, right?
Dude.
That's why there's.
Am I insane?
I always
chocolate milk. You just drink the chocolate milk and takes the edge off.
I had a coworker of mine who we had this idiot working with us. After 6 months, he couldn't figure out the most basic shit, and I'd be putting gas line together down in a fucking hole, and like trying to get the two fucking pipes to marry up just right because we have so much fucking tolerance rooms that we can actually, like, that we legally have to follow under federal code, getting shit, but be fucking doing shit. And this fucking idiot would come up and be like, hey man, I don't think your like works like that. And it would send me up the fucking wall. I did not find out until that guy got fired that my coworker was like, dude, I feel kind of bad. And I'm like, why? He's like, because I used to tell him, because he used to come up to me like, I don't think Roy should do it like that. I'm like, yeah, you should go tell him that. I'm like, you motherfucker. The amount of the days I did not want to come into work because of that shit. Because this fucking moron who I had to retrain every single, I wasn't even the fucking boss. I was just the guy that the boss trusted. And I had to retrain this motherfucker every single fucking day who was telling me that I couldn't do my job putting fucking natural gas lines together when this guy didn't know what the right side of a fucking broom was and telling me I couldn't do my job. And you were telling him to come up to me? Fuck you. God, I hate it.
That's epic level trolling right there.
Dude, I was
my imaginary hats off to that motherfucker.
Dude, I respected him for it, but I was so fucking pissed when he told me that. I was like, I'm like, here's the thing. I probably would have done the same thing to you, but fuck you. I was so pissed.
That's so fucking good.
Oh, dude, for months. Like, I am not gonna lie, that moron caused me to do the most radical change in my life that affected me on a spiritual level. I'm not even fucking with you, because I woke up one day angry, like white hot, already adrenaline pumping, like I can feel my fingertips pulsing. Jeez. Angry the second my eyes opened because I had to deal with this motherfucker. Jeez. And I was like, I can't do this because I'm going to have a heart attack if I keep doing this. I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna be angry today. I'm just not. I'm not gonna let any. Actually,
I'm not gonna be angry today.
Oh no, it did work. The weird part is I actually made it happen, and then I woke up the next day.
Fine.
And I was like,
I'm fine. No, I'm not angry.
And I was
not angry.
I'm gonna do that again. And sure as shit, it got easier and easier every day for me to just let shit roll off my back.
That makes sense.
Like, because I just, like, it was one of those, like, I am going to because I'm a stubborn motherfucker. And that fucking moron, God, I hated him so much. Every fucking thing he did, I had to go refix the shit that he did because he couldn't fucking do it. He couldn't even put shit away in the fucking truck right. Every fucking tiny thing. And then he told me I couldn't do my job right. Oh, God. And I woke up one day so I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And I woke up the next day and I was like, okay, hey, that worked. It wasn't until years later that I actually was like, wow, maybe that moron was sent from God for God to be like, hey, Royce, you need to learn this lesson.
Learn patience, bitch.
I'm going to be honest. I really didn't like learning that lesson in the middle of it. But years later, after I was like, wow, I no longer lose my fucking shit at work and throw my hard hat at stuff anymore. I'm a much like easier person to deal with. But God, did it really have to be that guy? Is that how I needed to learn that lesson?
Yes.
What would be funnier if the guy's name was also Royce?
Like, oh, dude, it was not.
Button on it.
No, just Roy.
It's Roy,
close.
last name, last initial C. Roy C. Like,
oh, dude, no.
I see what you did there. Okay.
Oh, dude, I was.
Crazy.
Yeah, it. Not to say that I mastered the not being angry that day, but man, I was. Yeah. I still have my days. I had told some kid at work that he should not be doing a thing. And he looked back at me and kept working. I was like, hey, did you not hear what I just told you? Like, you need to get a ladder or something else. Like, don't be doing that. Like, you're going to fall and fucking hurt yourself.
Wait.
And he turns back at me and he goes, yeah, I heard you. And they kept working and I started to shake. Oh, dude. I almost became the reason that motherfucker fell.
Oh, no, he fell?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
That's why he didn't. It's because I didn't do anything. I was like, I went inside. I was like, I'm writing this motherfucker up. Like, we're gonna get documentation as to what he's doing. And so one of these days when he does get hurt, I'm gonna tell the insurance company, yeah, he's been violating our rules for a long fucking. Oh, dude, I was so pissed. I was not thrilled.
That is the way.
If it's not on paper, it didn't happen.
True.
I tried to tell that to my wife too, but I don't know.
Oh shit!
Poor sea bats.
I don't even know what that implies, honestly. Like, what does that imply?
It doesn't matter. It's still funny.
It sounds bad.
Yeah.
It sounds really bad.
If it's not documented, it didn't happen.
Royce's job as safety manager is to keep the other employees safe from him.
Oh, dude. There are, for the most part, no, but there are a couple that I'm just like, it's not a good thing for me to be around you right now, because no. But
been there. I've actually had a power washer in hand and thought I could just flay this dude's skin off right now.
No, that'd be so bad. Those things are brutal.
They are brutal.
It'd be bad for them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be real bad, especially do the straight line one, the real skinny one.
Mm-hmm.
oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
I just, some people,
You want to know what peeling flesh feels like?
Oh man.
That.
What if it just cleaned him really well and it didn't actually peel his skin off, and he was just like, "Oh, thank you."
Would still be uncomfortable.
They won't peel skin off. They won't peel skin off. But if you've got a zero tip on a high pressure, like actually no, those ones might actually
blast his clothes off, and that's it.
It would. It would. If you've never been hit with a high pressure fucking they hurt.
That's some shit.
Oh,
man.
don't lie that you haven't been hit by a high pressured rose. Oh, fuck! I fucked that up. Fuck! Fuck!
I mean, my wife's middle name.
I was gonna make a gay joke out of that. So close.
My wife's middle name is Rose. I have been hit by high pressure. Anyway,
high pressure Rose. Yeah, that's her new nickname.
Oh god. Fuck me sideways. Okay. That's probably the best. That's probably the best way that your book marketed me. You read the first page. We started talking about all the stupid shit and the stupid people around me, and just
it'll make you very angry, apparently,
with the guy that no. But the guy in the book, feels exactly how.
God damn it, Steve, right here. Fuck Steve. Ah!
Dude. Oh, so much rage. So much rage.
I mean, that's how I feel a lot about a lot of those people. Like the GIF, like as a real person in my life, it was one of the majors that was in charge of me. Fuck that bitch. She tried to like fuck my life over in like so many different ways. Worst person, hands down. I've met a lot of terrible people in my life, and this person is definitely right there as one of the most terrible people.
I think we all have one of those.
Oh yeah.
Well, because like you don't fuck with Marines on very specific things like liberty, time off and shit like that.
Oh,
and she she tried to reject my leave request. It was like 3 months early for a fucking for an extended weekend, right?
Oh wow.
So a Monday and Friday, and it's military, so I'm spending leave days on Saturday and Sunday as well. That's how it works. So I'm, taking 4 days off or really 2 days off. And she tried to reject my leave the day of me leaving.
Yeah, she had it out for your ass.
We were busy when it was the only time we had everyone else in the office, because I was the only one. I was single at the time. I had no kids. Everybody else had a fucking kid. Well, I think it was like, I was lowest rank at that point, right? So everybody else had a fucking kid. So I had to cover all these other things for people all the time because they had, I didn't have the extra shit going on in life that they did, So it was like, fuck.
Low man on the totem pole.
Dude,
I just wanted a fucking extended weekend. But the thing was, like, my staff sergeant, talked her out of it because she's like, well, I didn't know about it. He's like, I literally have been reporting this in every weekly meeting, the weekly meetings that she fucking created that were pointless because she's not paying attention. So he's like, I reported every single week. And it's always like,
who's got time off? Who's got time off coming up? Here's the list.
Bats is going to be off this weekend, these dates or whatever. Like, it's all on record and everything. There's a whole formal approval process that has to get approved by like 8 people. But I really wish you rejected it though, because I could have put requesting mass, because like if you have somebody who's like trying to punish you that's like a really easy way you can like make a formal I could have got her in trouble essentially because you can't do that. You can't just take away somebody's leave because we're busy. Like no. Doesn't want to do that. But since she allowed me and then like had me work, like it was only like 20 minutes late, but she had me in her office with her. So she'd be like, oh, I was gonna take your leave back because we're just so busy. But staffs aren't. He told me he's making sure you get on leave, and I'm just standing there like, like livid. Like somebody has that much control over my fucking life, right? This is insane. And she's like, well, aren't you happy? I'm like, yes, ma'am. And I can't say anything. If I say anything, I'm going to lose rank.
So now she's trying to get you in trouble.
Yep.
No, I think she's just so I don't know. I think she's such a bitch. She's just oblivious to like anything else besides her own life, essentially, right?
She's one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, so
that's the good idea, Fairy. Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of those in government positions, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I just like to picture Bats going home and furiously journaling, like this is going in the book.
Well, that was years before I even came up with the idea of the book, but it was like, oh yeah, I didn't even come close to half of her stories and the awful shit she did.
Got a crumpled Post-it note with like faded writing.
Oh no, those things are etched into my fucking brain, man.
Dude.
Because it's like, dude, it's a whole different thing. Like, that's like the really shitty things about being in the military. It's just, you don't have all these rights, when you're in the military. And,
you are
the people in charge of you. Yeah, they have more control than you would ever have in any other position. Like,
yep.
So yeah, that was just like, fuck. Like, you think if I could quit, you don't think I would have been like, yeah, here's my 2-week notice. Like, fuck you. Yeah. Like, I would 100% do that. Like, I'm not gonna work on this working for you. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, but they don't let you do that.
Nope, not in the military.
No. Well, hey Bats.
Yeah.
What do you do? Where can we find you, good sir?
Battsauce on YouTube. Check me out. I talk about story writing and stuff like that. And then you can catch me on Iron Seas on 9:30 Tuesdays p.m. Eastern with Evely music as well. And Battsauce on Twitter. Yeah, that's where you can find me. So, yeah. Well, the poll's up right now. What's winning? What's winning right now? I think you guys
thought
can
I
still
saw
vote.
Top Secret was up in the lead, which shocked the heck out of me.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Kung Pao, I'm happy.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, that was AC's pick.
Fucking retarded.
That's exactly. It's amazing.
Kung Pao is fucking.
I'm listening.
Kung Pao won.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Pudding brains.
I'm not too surprised. It's a funny movie.
Evely Music. What do you do? Where can we find you?
Wow. I make music under the name Evely. It's like rock metal stuff. I got a new album out that I was talking about at the beginning of the show. It's up on Bandcamp. It'll be on all the other streaming services some point in this month whenever I get around to it. So go give that a spin. You can also find me, obviously, here on Friday nights and then Tuesday nights on the Iron Seas. Also co-hosting with Battsauce.
Yeah.
Hand it off to.
It's a gay old time.
It's a silly time. Daniel.
Gay old time is. Daniel, what do you do? Where can we find you? Outside of being hammered right now.
Yeah, I am pretty drunk, but I am Daniel P. Riley of the currently defunct whimsyland.org.
The fuck happened?
The hosted an update and it fucked the entire website. My guy's trying to fix it. I'm probably going to migrate away from this host because they're retarded. Anyways,
retarded hosts.
I help creators create the very best things that they can create. And you can find me on the Twix X at Mr. DP Riley.
Awesome.
I have books. Go find them on Amazon. Buy them if you please.
The poll's on Twitter, on the Iron Seas Twitter, but it's already done. But we do a poll every week,
it's
different movies. So
yes,
check it out.
Yeah,
Follow us
go
there.
touch the Iron Seas polls. They like it when you touch their polls.
Never touch the poll.
Yeah, that sounded weird. That was a thing that I said out loud. Phrasing. Yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Iron Age Nights. We do appreciate it. No, Caffeinated Wolf, absolutely the fuck not. No, that's not. No. We're not putting that out into the world, please, for the love of God. Eric Wack, go to bed. I agree.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I agree. Emily Music. Oh, Lord. Oh.
Oh, lordy.
No. No.
Looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Sea bats. No.
What if it looked like a Piet Mondrian? I'd be like, whoa, that's well done, sir.
Yeah.
With you people?
Nice job.
Laying down cardboard or something?
No.
How do you get those?
Oh my God, dear.
Those angles.
You guys need
Look
Jesus.
at those straight lines.
You guys.
I know. That's impressive.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
That's some serious control right there.
God, fuck, no.
Really,
No.
I mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into Iron Age Nights. It's been absolutely awesome. I need to get these degenerates away from all of you. And until next time, cheers, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Like a Rothko, just a nice color
Jesus,
field.
no, stop it. We're done.
Oh, yeah.